What is up, everyone? My name is Jack Saffel, back again with another video, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review for March the 7th, 2016. Holy shit balls, this was a fucking awesome show, dude. Just after last week's disappointment, I didn't even do a review on it because I thought it's not even worth shitting on. What even happened last week? Undertaker said to Vince, "Oh, the blood of your son's going to be on your hands," and that's it. That's all that fucking happened. And we got some build up to the WWE pay-per-view Roadblock. Weird name for a pay-per-view, but who gives a shit? Yeah. Fucking amazing show of Raw. Let's not fuck around. Let's get straight into it. I'm pumped, eh? So, Shane McMahon opened up the show with a promo. Got a huge ovation of the crowd, and he's pretty much saying all the stuff that we've been saying to Vince McMahon for ages now, and saying like how he's out of touch and he doesn't know what the fans want, and he wants to give Vince like the Father of the Year award, and that he's deep down inside an egomaniacal, miserable old bastard, which he is, pretty much. After he said all that kind of stuff, we hear the gong of the Undertaker's bell hit, and we're like, oh shit, are we going to get our first confrontation between Undertaker and Shane McMahon? But then Vince McMahon's music hits, troll of the fucking century right there, and he comes out to loud boos from the crowd. That's how you do it, Vince. That's how you get fans to hate you. And then the fans, they chant arsehole, and Vince conducts it. It's like, come on, is that the best you got, damn it? Then they chant CM Punk, and he said, oh yeah, that didn't last long either. And Vince wants to have like a father-son chat kind of thing, because last week he disowned Shane as his son and called him a son of a bitch. And they show a picture on the Titantron about of Shane when he was a little kid, and Vince holding him, and then that was his first time he saw a wrestling event. And then Vince had a photograph of it, and he smashed it to the ground and doesn't consider Shane his son, so he stomps on the glass and shatters it. And that Shane grew up, his father could never make any mistakes, thought he was invincible. And then Vince says at WrestleMania he's going to put his greatest creation and his greatest failure will be put to rest, which is Shane. And then Shane just death stares him, and then Vince starts to call for the security to come escort Shane out of the building, but we all know WWE security is the most useless shit ever. So Shane McMahon, with some weird ass punches, just fucking goes for it, and one of them just gets out of the ring. And that's how we end our opening promo. Fucking great way to kick off the show. Shane was awesome in his babyface role. Vince was a fucking masterful heel, you know, smashing a picture of your own son. Jesus Christ, dude, you are one evil son of a bitch. But then again, that's Vince McMahon at his finest. He's the evil corporate boss who will do whatever it takes to make himself happy. So yeah, great stuff from those two, and I'm really excited to see what happens with the McMahons in the future. Then we get Kevin Owens versus Neville. Now, when I first announced this match, and I thought, oh yeah, this could be alright, you know, but fuck, they put on a good damn show. And we had I think Neville went for a flip onto the outside and landed on his feet, and then Owens pushed him into the steel steps. And there was one bit where he goes for a shooting star press on the block to the floor, which was crazy, and then catches him with standing shooting star press for near fall. And then he goes on the top rope, climbs up, Owens punches him, pushes him off the top, and then he ends up landing on his feet. Owens kicks him in the face, and then Kevin Owens goes for a fucking moonsault, which was just crazy, but Neville ended up moving out of the way, hit the super kick, did a Phoenix splash off the second rope, and then Neville sets him up for the red arrow. Owen pulls him into the ring, rolls him up with a handful of tights, and gets the win, because that's what heels do. They do whatever they can to get a victory. Holy shit. I was going into this match thinking, oh, it could be good. I didn't know it was going to be this good. Holy shit. Kevin Owens wins the match, making himself look strong. And after that, he clutches his Intercontinental title. And that Afterwards, Owens beats the crap out of Neville until Sami Zayn comes out because Owens was gonna go for the apron powerbomb. Sami Zayn comes out and they have a bit of a brawl with each other. And Owen gets out, grabs his title and leaves. And Neville and Sami Zayn shake hands afterwards. So, holy shit. So, Sami Zayn is definitely on the roster. And we could be possibly seeing Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, which would be incredible to see for the Intercontinental title. But the way they implemented Neville into this, I'm thinking they might do a triple threat, or they might add a couple of extra guys in just to fill the gap for Mania, which I really don't want to see happen. I mean, I want to see Owens and Zayn put on a fantastic showing. But yeah, anyway, great match, great segment involving Sami Zayn. Welcome back to the main roster, dude. It's gonna be fucking cool. So after that, we had Dolph Ziggler and my boy Zack Ryder. Woo woo woo, you know it. Ryder walks off when Stephanie McMahon comes up, and she says, "Thank you for taking down that tweet earlier." I think Dolph Ziggler mentioned something about him beating the Authority at Survivor Series, and the Authority didn't like that, and they forced him to take down the tweet. And she says she doesn't remember that, and she's still his boss, and that history will repeat himself with Shane McMahon. That's what Ziggler said. And Stephanie says Undertaker will decimate Shane, and then he put Ziggler in a 3-on-1 handicap match against the League of Nations, which ended up being an elimination match. So, pretty good segment. It does make sense, you know. Stephanie's not happy that Dolph Ziggler wanted to defy Authority, and she pretty much said, "Oh, you want to defy us? Alright, we'll put you against 3 other guys because fuck you." So, good choice, Stephanie. Good little segment. Then we get Brie Bella versus Summer Rae in your typical Total Divas promotional match. Summer Rae won. Jesus Christ. With the roll up when a really shit one actually. When Lana came out, she was wearing her face attire that she was wearing when she was with Ziggler. I don't know if she's with Rusev anymore. And then she comes out to a biggest reception, and then she goes for the Bella Buster on Brie right after the match. Then she poses. So we're getting Brie Bella versus Lana at WrestleMania, which is a weird matchup. So we might be seeing the debut of Lana. I think she could be good in the ring. I think she'd be good. But then again, we haven't seen her wrestle, so we can't really judge her on her wrestling skills yet. But when she hit the Bella Buster, it was alright. So yeah, I'm hoping hope. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm hoping that Lana does put on a great showing at WrestleMania with Brie, and I think Brie will be alright. So yeah, hope for the best for those two. Then we get a promo from Dean Ambrose. He's not happy, and that the road to WrestleMania was free and clear, and that he's getting off the Suplex City exit while Triple H planned on taking on the big top dog Roman Reigns, and that he's going to screw all of the WrestleMania plans up by becoming world champion, and that he's hijacking the championship and hijacking WrestleMania, and that this whole pull attitude has gotten him into trouble, and then he tried to beat the respect into the Authority with his band hands at the commentary table, and Ambrose says nice try, in that he will respect him at Roadblock when he drills his head into the canvas, pins him and becomes champion, and that he's going to be on Oprah. I don't even know if they're still playing Oprah anymore, and People Magazine, and there'll be a ribbon cutting ceremony, and he's going to talk to kids at school. See, you think Cena's a great ambassador for kids? So is Dean Ambrose, that he loves kids, and that they're just like regular people, only smaller, and that he's a living embodiment of don't try this at home. So what a great role model Dean Ambrose is. Who needs Cena when you've got Ambrose, man? Like, honestly. And that he'll never wear a suit, and all this extracurricular activities that come with champion don't sound appealing, but that being the champion does. Triple H comes out with his title, and that's a fun little fantasy that he has, but he wants to ruin it for him, and that the title will stay with him as long as he wants it, and that Roman Reigns thought he could take it from him, then they have to glue his face back together. Yeah, I'm sure that bloody blood capsule hit his head really hard. And then Ambrose is just like, yeah, whatever, you can suck at Triple H, which I thought was pretty cool. And that Tripp says, you know, he's driven and he could do whatever he wants, driven by like money, power, because Dean Ambrose thinks Triple H is like delusional, whatever. And crowds chant for Ambrose and asks the crowd if he wants to fight Ambrose. But of course he says, nah, instead you're going to face Bray Wyatt later on tonight. So yeah, nice little promo between these two, Ambrose and Triple H. I find it a little bit fucked up that they're using like Dean Ambrose to to build up the match for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, because if they sent Roman Reigns out there tonight, they would eat him alive out there and just get booed out of the fucking building. I mean, that's how protected Reigns is. I don't think I've seen any superstar in the history of WWE being protected to this level. The WWE knows the fans are going to boo this motherfucker out of the building. So yeah, I'm just surprised of how protected he is going into WrestleMania, of course, about Roman Reigns. But it's nice to see Ambrose get that moment, son. Of course, I know at Roadblock that Ambrose is going to lose the match against Triple H, but it's a nice little fantasy to see if Ambrose actually wins the title. But yeah, anyway, great segment, and right after that, we find out that Motorhead's cover of Sympathy of the Devil is an official theme song for WrestleMania 32, which I know I don't usually talk about music on here, but I think it's pretty cool that Motorhead's going to be one of the theme songs for WrestleMania. This is a cover of the Rolling Stones song Sympathy for the Devil. Of course, this was the last album before Lemmy passed away late last year, so yeah, rest in peace, Lemmy. Pretty cool that they've got a song for WrestleMania, and I heard Avenged Sevenfold will be doing one of the songs for WrestleMania, which is fucking awesome. I love those guys. And that Royal Blood will provide the theme song to Roadblock. I believe it's Out of the Black. That was a song I heard, which is fucking awesome. WWE is spoiling me with this theme music, because I love rock and metal. That's my shit, man. Anyway, we get the Dolph Ziggler versus League of Nations Elimination Tag match. It was Sheamus, Rusev, and King Barrett. Ziggler did his best. He ended up eliminating, I believe it was King Barrett, but Sheamus ran in and did the bro kick on him, and they won, which sucked. I mean, I was really cheering for Ziggler in this one, but nah, we ended up having the League of Nations win, because we all love the League of Nations. Ugh, fuck you. Then right after that, we get Becky Lynch in the Divas locker room, and they say they're next. She's knocking on Sasha Banks' locker room door, and she says she had Becky beaten on Raw and SmackDown because they had number one contenders matches, and they both ended up pinning one another on each. So they decided, let's do a triple threat for WrestleMania, and if it wasn't for Charlotte and Ric Flair, she's going to have to beat Charlotte again at WrestleMania and all that stuff. And they're ready for an Irish lass kicking, that's the one. And yeah, that's when we get a Fastlane rematch between Naomi and Tamina versus Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks won. I believe Sasha had the bank statement in, and right afterwards, Charlotte just beats the shit out of Sasha from behind, slams her head into the mat. Becky tries to save him, but Charlotte cuts her off and gives her the suplex. And then we have another R-Truth Goldust segment. He's pretty much looking like a pizza delivery dude, and Mark Henry's like, what's in there? And R-Truth's like, nothing, dude. And R-Truth's like, look, man, I've got a Chicago deep dish pizza, it's really cool. And then Goldust is like, I'm lactose intolerant, and that my butt would explode, which was just weird. And Goldust walks off, R-Truth chases after him, and then Mark Henry grabs a piece and says, I love Chicago. So weird as fuck segment, but yeah, it happened. Then we get the New Day versus Chris Jericho and AJ Styles, or Y2AJ, for the tag team titles. Before that, New Day had a massive pop, and that they're 197 days into their title reign, and that they're the most positive tag champs in history. And Y2AJ will never last, and Big E says they're a real team. Even got matching tattoos, and Xavier and Kingston are like, dude, we were kidding about the tattoos, so pretty funny. But for this actual match, though, holy shit, this was good. Some of the stuff that happened in this match, I believe, was it Big E had the pinfall on AJ, and then Jericho was running with Kofi, and they just broke up the pin, which was pretty cool. Yeah, I believe AJ went for like a 450 from the top rope, not the actual top turnbuckle, but like the rope, which was pretty cool, and Big E saved the pin. There was a Trouble in Paradise, which was reversed into a Walls of Jericho, and I thought, oh shit, they might win the titles. Broke up that, and then Big E had like a Codebreaker done to him, but then he reversed it into the big ending, which was really cool, and they won the match. Fucking kick-ass tag team action. And right afterwards, Chris Jericho helped up AJ Styles, or no, I think it was Styles that helped up Chris Jericho, and I'm like, alright, here we go with the heel turn. Boom, hits the fucking walls, Codebreaker, then he hits another one. And then he gets him up again and calls him like, "You're a son of a bitch, you're stupid," and then gets him up and hits another one. Right there, crowd is booing the shit out of Jericho. He goes outside, knocks the top of the commentary table off. He grabs one of the Y2AJ shirts that I had made. By the way, I feel so bad for anyone who actually bought one of those fucking shirts, because they're not going to come in handy anytime soon. And then he gets the shirt and stuffs it in his mouth. "You son of a bitch!" and then walks. So yeah. After that, Renee Young catched up with him backstage and asked him what the fuck was that all about, and that he said Chicago is the place where he was born, and all they were chanting for was AJ Styles. So obvious jealousy from this, and that he hopes they enjoy it because they won't be chanting it anymore. So yeah, we all knew it was coming, but I'm glad it did. So we're going to see Jericho and AJ Styles. This should be a fucking awesome match at WrestleMania. Hopefully it's a lot better than Fastlane. Not that I say the Fastlane match was shit, it was actually really fucking good. I think it was my match of the night. I'm very excited for what they're going to do in the future. Hopefully they tear it up at WrestleMania. Put a stipulation on it or something, because I think it'd be really cool. Maybe if AJ beats Jericho, he has to leave WWE or something. Who knows, but I can't wait to see these two fight at WrestleMania. And now with a heel Jericho, it should be even better. Next up, we have Kalisto versus Tyler Breeze. This was an alright match. Kalisto hit the Salida del Sol for the win. Yep, cool. And then we find out that the Big Boss Man is the latest inductee into the Hall of Fame class of 2016. Pretty cool. Of course, his theme song is probably one of the catchiest theme songs of all time, Serving Hard Time. After that, we had a backstage promo with Kalisto. Sin Cara's congratulating him. Kalisto's like, "It's been my dream to perform in front of millions of people," and babyface promo at its finest. And then the big guy Ryback came up and says he can't be in the main event, and that this isn't a superhero movie, and unlike superheroes, you're not a you're a real life champion, and you should take a page out of my book. Shit promo from Ryback. And then I'm gonna take the wings off the social butterflies, and walks out. He needs some help on his promos, or maybe not even talk that much at all, really. So Kalisto versus Ryback at WrestleMania 32. Alright, I guess, but whatever. After that, we get the Social Outcasts coming out, and it turns out Curtis Axel would be facing Ryback. But before that, Heath Slater greets the fans and all that, and then Bo Dallas says it makes him sad to think Ryback won't be on any teams. Now he can't play dodgeball, be a Ghostbuster, be a Social Outcast. Curtis Axel got a fluke win over Adam Rose. Of course, he's talking about Ryback. And that tonight, the Axeman comet and starts doing this weird fucking primal scream. Ah! And they're all it's so stupid, but it's amazing. Alright, Ryback ended up beating Curtis Axel. And so we get Vince McMahon on the phone talking about WrestleMania and how it will break the all-time attendance record. Stephanie McMahon comes in, asks if Shane will fight a security guard. She mentions that the deck is stacked against him, but what if he wins? And Stephanie's kind of seeing the other side of things. What if Shane actually beats the Undertaker? He's fearless and stuff. Have you seen the stuff he's done? He's fallen off fucking Titantrons and just the craziest shit. He's been put through glass by Kurt Angle. I mean, Jesus. But Vince starts to look a little distressed, and then we get to the main event, I believe. Yes, Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. Before the match, Bray Wyatt said he's got a chance to do something at Roadblock that Dean Ambrose has failed at time and time again, and he has a chance to beat Brock Lesnar this Saturday. And that tonight he will use Ambrose as an example to show the world how sadistic and dangerous he can be, and then says, "Chicago, I'm here." Boom, 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 what he usually does. I miss when he says that. He doesn't say. These two gotta do an alright match until the Wyatt family comes out, the rest of the crew, and they pretty much triple team him, beat the shit out of him. And Triple H's music comes out. He makes his way to the ring. He removes his tie, gets in the ring. He looks at the damage around him and pretty much picks up the pieces left behind, and Crowd chants yes, and he looks like he's gonna really beat the shit out of Ambrose for a bit. Goes over the commentary table, dismantles the table, and then Ambrose, out of nowhere, hits the dirty deeds. Crowd goes nuts. He holds the world title high, and that's how we end the show. Wow, like, Jesus, dude, that was a show and a half, man. That was fucking incredible. Build up to Roadblock is pretty awesome, and the build up to WrestleMania is really picking up steam after last week's extremely disappointing show. Yeah, Ambrose was really awesome tonight. The stuff involving the McMahons was kick-ass, and we got a lot of good wrestling with Owens and Neville and the tag team match for the tag titles. And yeah, this was just a fantastic show. Please go check it out if you missed out. I really advise you do. And yeah, I'm just going to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. If you did, comment down below what you thought of this episode of Raw. And if you want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button. You'll be glad you did. Twitter and Instagram is at JackermanLowell31. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you at Roadblock, and I am out in 3, 2, 1.